Hello everyone, and welcome to my CBS Daily Update channel. Do you ever feel like the air in Genoa City is just getting too thin to breathe? Because honestly, looking at the spoilers for Wednesday, May 13th, it feels like everything is about to explode. You have to wonder, is Victor Newman finally crossing a line he can't come back from? Or is he actually the only person smart enough to realize that a monster doesn't change its spots just because it has a little bit of a headache? The tension is real, and it's hitting a fever pitch right now. We're looking at a situation where Victor is leading a literal manhunt for a man who claims he can't even remember his own name. Meanwhile, his son Nick is basically standing on the edge of a cliff, staring down a fentanyl-induced abyss. It's a mess. It's a total, heart-wrenching mess. But that's why we love this show, right? Think about what Victor is doing on Wednesday. He's gathering his team for what he calls an urgent task. Why now? Well, think about it. The GCPD has basically been as useful as a screen door on a submarine lately. They haven't done a thing about Matt Clark. And if you're Victor Newman, you don't wait for the police to do their jobs when your family is at risk. You take charge. You put the pressure on. You become the judge, the jury, and if you have to, the executioner. It's all about control for him. When the world feels chaotic, Victor Newman builds a wall of security and starts hunting. He's determined to stop Matt before he can cause any more turmoil. But is he hunting a villain, or is he hunting a ghost? That's the big question, isn't it? Matt Clark is back, but he's calling himself Mitch Bacall these days. And the funny thing is, he's claiming he has no idea who the Newmans even are. He's got amnesia. Now, if you're a longtime fan, you know Matt's history. You know he's a rapist. You know he framed Nick for crimes. You know he literally ripped out his own breathing tube just to frame Nick for his murder once upon a time. So, when this guy shows up and says, "I don't remember anything," do you believe him? Honestly, it's the ultimate psychological game. Even if his brain is a blank slate, his DNA is written in the blood of the Newmans. How do you punish a man for crimes he doesn't remember? It's a total legal and moral stalemate. The sources tell us that for now, the amnesia is actually real. Matt was seen in a diner in Vegas, totally lost, just trying to figure out who he is. But how long does that last in a soap opera? Not long. It's only a matter of time before he has total recall. And when those memories come flooding back, the monster is going to be even hungrier than before. Imagine being Sharon right now. You see the face of the man who ruined your youth, and he's looking at you like you're a stranger. That is a special kind of torture. It's like her pain doesn't exist to him, and that feels like being victimized all over again. While Victor is out there playing vigilante, his son Nick is falling apart in the most tragic way possible. He's struggling with sobriety. And I don't mean he's just tempted, he is literally staring at a fentanyl pill in a cafe. Can you imagine the shame? This is the golden son. He's supposed to be the strong one. But in Vegas, Matt got to him. Matt didn't need to kill him with a gun, he gave him a bag of fentanyl and let Nick kill himself slowly. It's a parasitic revenge. Nick is using because he can't handle the fact that he failed his family. He feels like a failure as a father and a son, and that pill is the only way to numb the noise in his head. The irony of Wednesday is that Adam is the only one who sees through the act. Usually, Adam is the one everyone suspects of lying. But now, the roles are reversed. Adam has an unsettling feeling about Nick. He knows that I'm fine face because he's worn it 1,000 times himself. When Adam asks Nick if he's using again, he's not trying to start a fight. He's actually trying to be the brother Nick needs right now. But Nick? He's defensive. He pushes back. He tells Adam to just go ahead and make the accusation. It's a cry for help disguised as a middle finger. Why can't these two just talk? It's because the Newman family is built on secrets and ego. Admission of weakness is seen as a sin in Victor's house. And let's not forget about the tough love Victor is planning. Spoilers say it's coming on Thursday. But honestly, Victor? Tough love for a fentanyl addiction? That's like trying to put out a forest fire with a water pistol. Nick needs a doctor and a rehab center, not a lecture from a father who thinks addiction is just a lack of willpower. Victor is so focused on the external threat of Matt Clark that he's completely missing the internal collapse of his own family. He's incensed that Nick is a druggie. He blames Matt's machinations. And he's right to blame Matt, but he's wrong if he thinks he can just manhunt his way out of this problem. There's also this wild card named Patty Williams. She's connected to Matt now. Can you even imagine a more unhinged duo? Patty is already a troublemaker, and an alliance with Matt is basically a recipe for disaster in Genoa City. While Victor is looking for Matt, he should be looking over his shoulder for Patty. She's the kind of person who strikes from the shadows while you're distracted by the big threat in front of you. It's going to be chaotic. Then we have the Winters family. Devin is hearing alarm bells. He's watching Lily fall for Kane all over again, and he's terrified. And honestly, can you blame him? Lily is defending Kane like he's a saint. She's looking for a romantic reunion, but Devin sees a mountain of trouble coming her way. It's that classic soap trope, ignoring the red flags because you want to feel that spark again. Lily is smart, but when it comes to her heart, she's making decisions that feel like a car crash in slow motion. Do you think Devin should stay out of it, or is he right to be worried? I think he's 100% right. Lily is setting herself up for heartache, and we've all seen this movie before. So, where is this all going? I've got some thoughts. First, look at that dealer Nick is seeing. He gave Nick a bonus baggie. In the world of soap operas, nothing is ever free. I think that baggie is laced with something even more dangerous, maybe heroin or a super high dose of fentanyl. Matt wants Nick to overdose. He wants to destroy Victor by making him watch his son die. It's sick. It's twisted. And I think Nick is going to have a very close call. It might be the only thing that finally forces Victor to stop the manhunt and start being a father. And Matt's amnesia? Don't get too comfortable with Mitch. The moment he's alone with Sharon or Noah, that memory is going to snap back. I can see it now, he'll drop the confused act and that cold, villainous look will return to his eyes. He might even try to kidnap Sharon again. He's fixated on her. He always has been. The redemption arc everyone is talking about? I don't buy it for a second. Matt Clark is a predator, and a predator doesn't become a lamb just because he forgot his name for a few days. And let's talk about the money. Victor stole everything from Matt in LA, the shadow room, his cash, everything. Matt wants that back. He wants to wipe Victor out financially. He might use Reza or even Patty to get to the Newman bank accounts while Victor is busy playing soldier. By the time Victor catches Matt, he might find out he's a billionaire with $0 in the bank. Wouldn't that be the ultimate revenge? To leave the great Victor Newman with nothing but a title? So, what do you guys think? Is Victor doing the right thing by taking the law into his own hands? Or is he just feeding Matt's fire? And what about Nick? Do you think Adam is the only person who can actually save him right now? I really want to hear your theories on Matt's amnesia, too. Is he faking it to stay out of jail, or is this the real deal? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. This is getting intense, and you don't want to miss a single second. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. It really helps the channel keep bringing you these spoiler breakdowns. We're going to be following the Newman spiral and the Matt Clark mission every step of the way, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one where we find out if Victor's mission is a success or a total disaster. Is Matt Clark faking amnesia to stay out of jail? Is Matt Clark's blank slate a medical miracle or the most calculated legal defense in soap opera history? We've all seen the amnesia trope 1,000 times, but this feels different, doesn't it? Can a monster who literally ripped out his own breathing tube just to frame an innocent man really forget how to be a villain? It's the ultimate micro-question. Is Matt Clark faking it to stay out of jail, or has the universe finally given the Newmans a version of Matt they can actually live with? The tension in Genoa City is thick enough to cut with a steak knife, and on Wednesday, May 13th, it's reaching a breaking point. Let's set the stage because the setup here is actually brilliant from a writing perspective. We have Matt Clark, now going by the alias Mitch Bacall, claiming his memory was wiped clean after a blow to the head from his wife, Sienna. Now, usually, we'd call foul immediately. But the show did something interesting. They showed Matt alone at a diner in Vegas, thousands of miles from his supposed home at the athletic club, looking genuinely lost. He's muttering to himself about needing to find out who he is. Why does that matter? Well, in the world of soaps, when a character is alone and doesn't smirk at the camera, the writers are telling us the condition is real. It's a tactical narrative move to keep a powerhouse actor like Roger Howarth on the canvas for more than just a short-term revenge arc. By stripping Matt of his memories, they've essentially created a tabula rasa, a blank slate. But is a blank slate enough to erase the blood on his hands? Victor Newman certainly doesn't think so. The mustache is leading a literal manhunt for Matt Clark, and his stance is as cold as a Wisconsin winter. Victor has made it clear that he doesn't care if Matt claims to be a goldfish, he still wants him dead or at least permanently removed from the board. This isn't just about security for Victor, it's about a god complex that has been bruised one too many times. He's incensed because his family has tried and failed to eliminate Matt for decades. Victor's ego won't allow him to accept that a simple head injury could solve a problem he couldn't fix with billions of dollars. He's bypassing the authorities because he views the law as a slow-moving obstacle that allows monsters to slip through the cracks. It's a classic case of Victor Newman taking justice into his own hands because he believes he's the only one with the moral authority to deliver it. But let's look at the psychological layer of this amnesia. If Matt is telling the truth, he's experiencing a dissociative fugue. He's disconnected from the evil rapist persona that defined his youth. Imagine the emotional whiplash for someone like Sharon Newman. She looks into the eyes of her attacker, and instead of seeing the predator who ruined her life, she sees a confused man asking for directions. It's a specialized form of gaslighting, even if it's unintentional. Sharon is growing suspicious for a reason, her trauma demands a villain to hold accountable. If Matt is good now, where does her anger go? It reframes the entire concept of justice. Is a man guilty for crimes his current mind can't even comprehend? Personally, I think the amnesia is a ticking time bomb. It's a mental blank slate that's just waiting for the ink of his past to bleed through. The funny thing is, while Victor is hunting a ghost, his son Nick is becoming one. Nick is spiraling into a fentanyl-induced abyss, and the irony is staggering. Matt Clark might not remember his name, but the drugs he likely funneled into Nick's life are doing the dirty work for him. Nick is staring down a pill in a cafe, battling a dangerous temptation that feels like a delayed fuse bomb Matt planted months ago in LA. This is a psychological masterstroke. Matt didn't need to kill Nick, he just needed to give him the tools to destroy himself. Nick's addiction is a manifestation of avoidant coping. He's numbing the shame of failing to protect his family in Vegas. He feels like a failure as the golden son, and every pill is a way to silence Victor's voice in his head. Then we have Adam Newman, who is playing the role of the shadow intelligence. Adam is the only one sensing that Nick is lying. It's a delicious role reversal. Usually, Adam is the one wearing the mask, but now he's the one trying to tear Nick's mask off. He sees the "I'm fine" defense for exactly what it is, a cry for help hidden behind a wall of Newman pride. Adam is stepping up to be the brother Nick needs, but Nick's defensiveness is a classic addiction response. He's projecting his self-hatred onto Adam. Every time Adam asks if he's using, Nick hears an accusation of weakness. It's a tragic breakdown of communication in a family that values strength above all else. And don't forget the wild card, Patty Williams. She's connected to Matt now, and that alliance is pure nightmare fuel. Patty is already unhinged, and pairing her with a man who has no memory but a history of violence is like handing a toddler a hand grenade. It's problematic because Patty thrives in chaos. While Victor is focused on Matt's past, he might be missing the very real, very present danger Patty poses. It's a classic sleight of hand by the writers. Look at the monster you know, while the one you've forgotten strikes from the side. So, is Matt faking it? My opinion is that the writers are giving us a kinder, gentler Matt just so the eventual total recall hurts that much more. If they can make the audience, and maybe even Sharon, feel a shred of sympathy for this version of Matt, his inevitable return to villainy will be a nuclear-level betrayal. It's a high-stakes game of redemption or ruin. The consequences of Victor's manhunt are going to be massive. If he catches a man who truly doesn't know what he's done, does Victor become the villain of the story? We are heading toward a collision course. Nick is striking a dangerous deal by the end of the week, likely with the very dealers Matt set in motion. Victor is leading an emergency mission that sidesteps every legal boundary. And Matt? Matt is just a man in a diner, trying to find a home he shouldn't be allowed to return to. The amnesia twist isn't a get-out-of-jail-free card, it's a magnifying glass on the Newman family's own instability. I'm predicting a very close call for Nick. I think Matt's dealers have been instructed to give Nick a bonus baggie that is far more lethal than he realizes. Matt's plan might be working on autopilot while he sits in a booth eating pancakes. It's the ultimate revenge, destroying your enemies without even remembering you hate them. What do you think? Should Matt Clark face the music even if he's a blank slate, or is Victor Newman the one who's actually out of control here? Does a person's past define them if their brain has hit the reset button? And honestly, is Adam the only person who can actually save Nick before he hits rock bottom? There are so many layers to this, and I want to hear your take. If you're living for this Newman drama and the return of Matt Clark, make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. We are tracking every spoiler and every sinister deal in Genoa City, so don't miss out. Drop a comment below with your theories. Is Matt Clark a brilliant actor or a broken man? I'll see you in the next deep dive into the chaos of the Newmans.